Sandeep, I always wanted to ask you, what is like your hair care routine, dude?
Hair care routine.
Yeah, your hair looks very
I use.
shiny and glossy today.
Oh, thank you. I don't know, but a lot of people ask me this. I don't really do anything special. I don't.
Huh?
I don't like using oil. I
Huh?
just like
Huh?
shampoo it, conditioner.
When you were
That's about it.
younger, you had the worst hairstyle ever, no? It was like someone put a bowl around your head and like cut around it, no? For like years.
I
And your
think that's
parents
how I
told
got
you,
few of my haircuts.
go. And dude, have you noticed in every shampoo ad, no? In every shampoo ad, the dude can't like get laid, can't get a girlfriend, can't like he has all like erectile dysfunction
Function
problems,
problems.
but they blame it on dandruff.
That's so true.
You know?
They
And
even
then
show sometimes babies crying and all next
yeah,
to him.
dude, they show like crazy shit, right? Like he can't get a girlfriend, he can't get, and then suddenly he
Yep.
gets a shampoo,
Yeah.
and then oh my
His life
god,
has changed.
next level. The dude's a player now. Like I recently got a haircut, okay,
Oh.
and every time I go get a haircut, and I have really long hair, okay, I had really long hair, and I got a haircut. I like an extensive amount of hair got cut, okay, like a lot of hair got cut. But I got back home and everyone's like, "Did you get a haircut? Why don't you ever? And you pay so much money, you go to these salons and all,
Fancy salons.
you never get a haircut. What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, I mean, I need to bring back hair as proof now, Otherwise, they're not believing me, dude.
Family tends to do that, right? You
Yeah,
tend to like build things up in your head and
yeah.
act like think even not even a haircut, like you've achieved something, and then they'll just shut you down with like one sentence. I don't think they even intend to shut you down,
No,
but
so family, it's interesting how much of your self worth depends on your family, right? Because 90% of the time, at least like I'm very lucky and I think so are you, 90% of the time they build you up,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then the danger is when you start believing that built up version that they have made, right? You start believing that about yourself.
Yeah.
Which is basically a marketing version that your mom has concocted to tell relatives and friends.
She's like gaslighting you
Yeah,
in some
yeah,
way.
yeah. She's just like this. Your mom's your first marketer, right?
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
If the more marketing your mom does, the more people think you're intelligent and
Intelligent.
successful and smart.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
my mom thinks a lot of other people, like a lot of like people who are quite useless, are successful only because their moms are constantly like,
Constantly.
marketing
I
them.
know who you're talking about, but yeah.
So tell me, Sandeep, does like does being on social media come naturally to you?
Uh, it doesn't really come naturally to me. I find it hard putting myself out there, especially. I don't know if it's my insecurity, but I like to curate what I show to the world, and I don't really like being candid. As you know, you've tried recording random instances of me, I'm sure, and you've noticed that I sort of get uncomfortable,
You freeze.
especially when I feel like I'm not my best presentable self, right? And
Sure. I get that, right? A lot of people have it, but I was actually reading something that Karan Johar has said. Okay, and contrary to popular opinion, the man is actually super intelligent, right? He just puts the most frivolous version of himself out there, but he's a wise guy,
he's a wise guy.
and he's been in the entertainment business all his life, so he's got it down pat. He knows what it's about. So, and this is something that a lot of studies have also kind of showed about celebrity behavior and why human beings tend to like celebrities and all. There's a lot of study there, right? But so what Karan Johar said was that this right now, the current age of the star, which got Shah Rukh and Amir Khan and Akshay Kumar and all of these people, is the last generation of stars. After this, it's going to be only actors
Okay, so in a very
in a
professional
very
sense.
professional manner, right? Especially because, like, if you see, and the reasons he gave were that all these top actors, right, have kind of showcased their emotional and personal life. There's nothing hidden about them, as far as public perception goes. People can like as a fan, someone can comment to the extent that Shah Rukh Khan likes to eat this. Shah Rukh
Okay,
Khan likes to
okay.
wear this because they have gone down the path of telling people who they are as people,
People.
right? So like Shah Rukh Khan has gone on record and spoken about. He's cried on camera. He's spoken about his struggle after his parents passed away. He's spoken about his struggle to get into the industry as an outsider and build his legacy. Salman Khan has had extremely public legal battles, but he comes across as this guy who's got a big heart, right? Akshay Kumar is known for his entire thing of sleeping early, waking up early, fitness. So people think they know them as human beings. It might not be true, they might be different people. But the fact that they have exposed their personal life, right, their candid side to the audience endears them.
And you feel like the celebrities of these days don't do it?
Not at all.
Yeah?
Not at all. They're very discreet.
Okay.
They're very, very discreet. Like, you take someone like who's an A-lister now, maybe like take a Varun Dhawan, for example, right? You don't know much about him. You know a little bit because of Instagram, but you don't really know how, because they're always putting on that facade of presentability, right? Of energy, likability, and all. They don't put across their vulnerabilities. They don't put across their fears. They don't put across, because all of us in that quest for being presentable lose out on a lot of direct connect, because people are watching us on their phones, people are watching these celebrities on their phones, and it's a one-on-one kind of connect that they tend to make.
You were talking about that whole parasocial connection, right? You
Yeah.
sent me,
Parasocial connection, actually, I mean, I don't know too much about it. I was just reading about it a few days ago. It's basically where the whole imaginary friend concept in your head, right? When you're a child, you have imaginary friends,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It doesn't die away, right? Is what this parasocial research says. It says that that void is filled by celebrities, especially in social media celebrities today.
Especially the ones who share a lot. And you
Share
feel
a
like,
lot, you connect with them, and people who like share not just successes, people who share fears, mistakes, because that makes them human.
that
Right?
makes a lot of sense.
Their dislikes, their likes, their anger, right? Their mistakes, their public apologies,
Yeah.
right? That kind of endears people, and it makes them feel more human. Otherwise,
And
they seem untouchable.
And I think a lot of us are victims. I think I do that too sometimes. You feel like you know them as your friend because they just share so much
Yeah.
insight into their life. And,
Yeah.
and that gets a little confusing because
It
it's a
does.
very one-way streak sort
Yeah.
of relationship, right?
Yeah, it does. So also, I was thinking, right, like what is the process of like someone choosing a particular platform to kind of put themselves out,
I
right?
don't know, man, because all the platforms have very similar features, right? If you look at Instagram, TikTok, all of them have the same sort of profile layout, the same sort of filters. I think TikTok is a little different.
You use
right?
TikTok? Have you used TikTok?
I've not used TikTok. I was on TikTok, but
But now you can't be. It's
now
banned.
I can't. Yeah, it's bad now. But when I was there, I didn't use or make any of the videos, but I found it pretty similar to Instagram, where you have a live feed and your profile is laid out
No, but
exactly.
that is just UX or right.
Yeah.
That's sorry, UI, right? Yeah, you're just talking about the
Yeah, I'm
layout.
talking about layout wise,
But feature wise, I think TikTok. Like my sister's on TikTok, okay, and like the kind of inbuilt edit features that
yeah,
app
that's what I'm
has.
saying. I didn't delve into that.
Oh, you didn't create yourself.
Yeah, I didn't create. I just used it as a sort of a voyeur, just looking into
like
other
looking at what
people's-
people are creating.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was watching my sister create, right? And some seamless edits and all. I saw the video, okay? I didn't see the. I'm not on TikTok. I was not on TikTok. So I didn't see how it happened. But she showed me the video and I'm like, did you edit this? She's like, yeah. I'm like, wow, I'm struggling every day, with multiple softwares trying to edit and do so many things. She's doing it like this. So I asked her, show me how you do it. And it's got like these crazy inbuilt features, man.
And it just helps you.
It
edit
just
seamlessly.
does it for you. You just shoot it in a certain format.
Sequence, okay.
Yeah, and the edit features and all. There's the fast, slow cuts, the effects. It does it all for you. It's
That's very interesting.
It's crazy, dude. It's taken away such a huge aspect of creation
Yeah.
and automated it, dude.
That's insane that it has done that, and also it has a huge user base in India, right?
Yeah.
Almost 600 million downloads or more than that. It's
Really?
north of 600 million. Yeah,
600 million.
yeah. Can you
Yeah, man.
believe that?
But like, okay, with TikTok, right? It's very interesting. I was because of the whole controversy happening these days, right? So, I've actually I don't know why, but in my head, I've looked down upon TikTok, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Some elitist attitude, no?
Yeah, it is a very elitist attitude because the kind of content you usually see on TikTok is in our minds at least cringeworthy and pretty non-relatable to our westernized American pop culture sort of world, right? Don't you think so?
Uh, I don't know if it is yeah, that's definitely true. But also, I think it's the kind of people, right? Like, for example, my younger sister is on Instagram, right? Sorry, not Instagram, TikTok,
TikTok.
right? And just as this older brother mentality, you're like, whatever you're young, these kids do, these teenagers do these days, you're like, how, what riffraff is that? What,
Yeah.
because that giant section of like 12 to 16, 18-year-olds are like,
They call them Gen Z.
Gen Z. They're massively obsessed with it, right?
Yeah.
And then also, unfortunately, because in our country we are racist pigs. Subconsciously, it's just something that you grow up with here. Is that a lot of the people who are creating are not people who are people we connect to at a social level, right?
Yeah, that's very true.
Even and it's not even like we're unkind people, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure we've been unkind at times, but I'm saying that like you're culturally trained in our country to like not do or not place yourself on the same platform as your driver's son or your maid's child or your
Yeah.
maid, right?
Yeah.
It's just something that's ingrained in our psyche, right?
Psyche, yeah.
And those are the people who are actually embracing TikTok with open arms. Film Companion, which is a really cool site and platform on Instagram, YouTube, and all, which interviews celebrities and creators and stuff like that.
Okay.
They did a really nice interview with TikTok stars, and all of them have fan following ranging in the millions, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
like-
all the trends, Sandeep, in this lockdown, right? Or every single thing that has gone viral, whether it's those clothes changing videos, swap
Yeah.
videos,
Yeah.
Whether it's those, one fat person, one thin person doing the same thing, some
Oh yeah, and also
positive.
those couple switch, right, where they switch clothes.
That only
and-
I'm saying. That's
that.
Yeah, all like so many of these trends,
Yeah,
right? These
yeah.
songs and all, right, have all come from TikTok.
TikTok,
dude.
yeah.
It is actually a culture forming machine.
Even the music, right? So TikTok has almost become a music platform too, where
How?
where I can upload my song to TikTok, and
Okay.
TikTok will pull a 30-second snippet of it, and I get paid royalties for it. So it's essentially, and if you go to my profile, you can see like a media player show up with all of my songs, similar to Spotify. Or
And
Apple
people
Music.
can use that music to make TikTok
Yeah,
videos.
they can use that music. So, and every time somebody
Oh.
uses the music, you get paid a royalty. And they're trying to make it a new platform like Apple Music and Spotify. And I'm sure they'll be way more popular than those platforms. But it's insane the way they've injected themselves into culture
Mad, dude.
nowadays, right?
Dude, like I was talking to someone who works at Mintra, okay, and he was telling me that it is great. TikTok was great for penetrating like tier 2, tier 3 cities.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Right? You have to kind of just invest money. Right? You don't have to think of too much strategy. Because these influencers are actually influencers. They actually shape decision making in their audience.
Oh, in an influencer marketing
In
sort of sense.
a targeted manner.
Wow, okay.
Right?
okay.
They actually see massive traction, trackable data, where they are like, oh, I invested money in this creator, and I told him to wear this particular item of clothing, right?
Basically an endorsement.
And endorse this product on their platform, right? And it shows.
Wow.
It shows people go and buy it. They put their money where their mouth is. The first few videos you put on TikTok get massive traction.
Yeah. I did that.
You did?
I just put up one of the covers that I did.
Yeah.
I think it was a Billie Eilish cover, and I got insane amount, like 20, 30 likes in a day. I don't even like, and I don't.
No one
I
you
have-
know?
Yeah, no one I know, and I have 0 followers on TikTok.
Okay.
And in the first 3 days,
Influencer. Legend. 0.
And TikTok-
I have some shame now.
video, but I have. There's so many other stories where people have been like mildly prolific, say one video every 2 weeks, and they've been uploading. And TikTok has pushed their videos so much into like wide audiences, and they get so much organic
Growth, yeah.
engagement,
Yeah.
and it's insane. I don't know
Yeah,
how.
and I think that's the game, right? They've brought a certain amount of democracy to the process, right?
Yeah.
Because my biggest qualm with like Facebook and Instagram, Facebook you leave, it just becomes super trashy, right?
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
sees anything.
Yeah.
I have 1,500 friends,
Yeah.
and every time I upload a Mathrubhumi video, the same 20, 30 people see it, dude.
Yeah.
No one else sees it. In fact, I met someone the other day and I was just talking to them. They asked me how do I spend my time during the lockdown, this, that, and all. So sometimes I make like sketch comedy videos. They're like, oh really? I'm like, dude, you're my friend on Facebook and you follow me on Instagram. How do you not know this?
Wow.
I spam people, dude. I literally
Yeah.
spam people.
And you get other people around you to spam people.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
how is it
exactly.
not coming to
How
that?
is it not
And we
come-
have a lot of mutual friends. So it has-
Exactly. Yeah. So that person is someone actually you also know. So they haven't seen. He hasn't seen my stuff. He hasn't seen your stuff also.
Wow.
It's crazy. I don't know how it's happening, right? So Instagram, because of the whole ad manager thing, right, wants you to put money.
Money.
If you put money, they'll show your stuff to people.
Yeah.
Otherwise, literally nothing. Your own followers don't get to
don't
see.
get
Dude.
to see it. Yeah.
It's terrible.
It's not chronological anymore, right? It's
It's
just
I don't even know what it is anymore, dude. I don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
People miss out on stuff all the time. Dude, if someone has followed a person, they're interested to see what they have to say.
Yeah.
Right? You can't just replace that follow with like bomba and with ads all the time. TikTok is a place where if you put something, if it's nice, it actually reaches people. Right? The content speaks for itself.
There's not many gates that they
Yeah,
put on it.
yeah. The content speaks for itself, right?
Yeah.
So from that perspective, I think mad power to TikTok, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of influencers have tried moving to TikTok.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
But dude, India banned TikTok now, man.
Yeah, that was unprecedented, right? The way they just comes to the first question is, can they do that? Can a government like India, can they just ban any app or any sort of internet platform that they
Yeah,
please
I
do?
mean, see, the thing is that a country should be able to protect its citizens from something they deem harmful.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now the thing is that the counter argument to this is from your whole net neutrality thing, right? Where your internet users will be like the internet is a free space,
space.
and no country has sovereign authority over the internet.
Yeah.
Right. But today's world, people, especially the creators of these apps, are not so innocent about the creation process, right? So to get to why India banned TikTok, do you know the reason? Do you know that political this thing?
Yeah, it was the border conflict sparked it off.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you like a summary that
Yeah.
I know of. The border conflict started it off,
Yeah.
and they had fears that the data was being misused, that the data of TikTok users from India
Yeah.
is being misused and being centralized in China, and that China has access to all of the private data of people.
Yeah, broadly speaking, you're right. I'll just give you some more historical perspective, okay? So what experts are surmising is that the whole border conflict happened because sometime last year India had abolished something called Article 370, right?
Okay.
Which had to do with Jammu Kashmir and Leh Ladakh and all, right? Ladakh, those regions, right? It reduced certain powers and unnecessary privileges that these states have, and made them like equal with the other states of the country, right? For some, I don't even know what exact reason, it pissed China off. They went to the UN with it. They went everywhere with it. They went globally, dissing India and Narendra Modi for this move. And the entire world was like, "What's wrong with you? This is an internal country decision. It has nothing to do with you at all." So China was like, "No, we don't care. This is not done," and all that. For some reason, right? So what people are saying is that triggered this. So because of this conflict, and what has happened is that people are saying that we should ban everything from China. Right? Because historically also, right, there is something called the Johnson line, right, which China has never acknowledged, which is the border that some British cartographer called something Johnson has made, which is the border between India's that
North.
Galwan Valley area, and an area called Aksai Chin.
Okay.
Right? So Aksai Chin is what India is claiming it to be theirs, right? But China has massive military mobility over there, and China has also built like a great huge highway that connects that to the rest of their country. What has happened is, since independence, India has kind of largely ignored that area. It has allowed China to develop it and put its authority over it. But recently, India has built like a massive, I think 1,200-kilometer long highway connecting that area with the rest of the country and stuff like that, which has again pissed China off, right? So all these reasons have come into play. And there are two treaties that we signed with China. One I think is in 1993, and one I think 95 or 97. I'm not 100% sure, which speaks about that area and says that there will be no arms, there will be no weaponry, there will be no gunfight over there at all. The army over there will be just patrolling, right?
Okay.
So even this clash right now, there are pictures that are coming out with homemade weaponry and all, dude. Like,
Oh my God.
they're like nails attached to like planks of wood and all
Oh my
that
God,
they
that's-
have used.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's because they can't use guns.
Because according to treaty, you can't use guns.
Oh, and it'll be an act of war if they go against that.
Yeah, and these are contradictory articles, right? Because this is mentioned like 2-3 different articles, and we'll link it for you guys
Yeah.
in the bio, and probably we'll put a screenshot also.
Yeah.
But if anyone has more information on this,
Yeah, please share.
how this skirmish happened, were gunshots fired or not, or they used these homemade weapons, please let us know. But you know what's like hilarious, right, about this whole thing, is the overreaction of Indians, dude.
Obedience, yes. Hashtag make in India.
Make in India, yeah, dude. Like those videos of those society uncles throwing away TV that they've
yeah, oh my
already
God,
bought. Oh my god!
So they
dude.
literally throw TVs from their balconies onto
Yeah, and dude, they're throwing TVs, and there are people smashing it with cricket bats and like kicking it, and like I don't know what the hell, dude. You've paid so much money, dude, for that with your hard-earned savings, with your hard-earned like. You've just gone there and you bought it. It's already there. The money's already gone. So even if it's going to China, it's gone.
yeah.
You're not going to get it back. What is this behavior, man? Okay, you protect yourself, you protect your data, you protect all of that. It's ridiculous to do stuff like this, right?
Yeah.
I think Chinese restaurants are scared the most, dude.
Yeah.
Like their chicken manjuri will
Manjuri.
not be bought anymore.
Was this sparked off by the government? Did anybody from the government say don't buy Chinese products or don't trust? Was there any instigation from the government, or how did this even start?
ये सूचना ये है कि जो चाइनीज होटल्स है, चाइनीज रेस्टोरेंट है, ऐसे रेस्टोरेंट पर पाबंदी लगानी चाहिए और चाइनीज रेस्टोरेंट चलाने वालों ने चाइनीज रेस्टोरेंट बंद करना चाहिए। सरकार ने उनको उसी तरह का आदेश देना चाहिए और चाइनीज फूड खाने वाले लोगों को भी मेरा आह्वान है, निवेदन है, नम्र विनंती है कि उन्होंने ऐसे वक्त पर जिन्होंने हमारे 20
Especially if you are on such a dicey situation with this country, who has openly shown what its geopolitical intents are, then maybe this banning of these apps is not as much a knee-jerk reaction as I thought, to just appease the masses.
Yeah,
I read a very funny article where Xiaomi is apparently removing the word Xiaomi from their facades, from their storefront, and putting "Make in India." Because they don't want. And dude, like so many products, dude. Like I got a mask advertisement the other day on online something on Google, and the tagline was 100% made in India. Proud. People are getting scared.
I'm sure it'll come to that. Like people
Yeah,
will
dude, like
boycott Chinese restaurants.
People say, don't sell Maggie. Noodles is Chinese. So funny, dude. Did you know that Australia and I think America, both their armies have banned.
Oh, really? The military has banned TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh.
And hashtag military has how many views on TikTok? I read this somewhere.
I don't know, maybe like
11 billion.
what? Oh my god.
11 billion cumulative views of army personnel doing TikTok
Doing
videos.
TikTok. Oh my god. That's crazy. Holy shit.
The Pentagon has gone as far as to say that they frown at if people have TikTok on their personal phones also.
Oh, wow.
And people, if they have it on your like work stuff and all, it's not allowed. So it can be looked at as treason.
Treason.
If
Oh
you
my
have
God.
it
You
on
can be
their
charged with treason for
Yeah,
having TikTok.
they're saying it's malware, dude.
Yeah.
They're saying it's as bad as malware. How do you pronounce
Yeah,
that?
malware.
Malware.
Yeah.
I said malware. Malware.
Malware. But yeah, I was watching a video also about how TikTok, usually when you use an app, it'll ask for your location based on the GPS built into your phone. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
But TikTok doesn't even ask for that. It gets your location directly from the
SIM
SIM
card.
card. which is insane.
It's
So
insane.
this guy did an experiment where he turned off his location, turned off Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, everything, and he was still getting content that was local to his place. So
Yeah, no, there's a massive Reddit thread, okay, where some guys like reverse engineered his way into the TikTok API, and he's like, they ask for like 10 times the amount of things, they take 10 times the amount of things from your phone that Instagram, Facebook, Google, none of them take that much. Like, they, even if you delete an app,
Yeah.
right, TikTok has that app's history from the cache and all, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's got like a lot of privacy centric anomalies that people are like, what is this line of code for? What does it do? Right?
Wow, that's-
Even like, it's not just like India, right? There's a European Federation for internet security, right? I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
But they've launched a massive probe into TikTok and its alleged misuse of
Data.
And you know what's the funny part? To get our data, right? The Indian government can't access it because it's Chinese property. It's saved on Chinese servers.
And the scary thing about Chinese property is that the Chinese government has access to it. So any
Yeah,
company operating
yeah.
out of China
Yeah.
has to give their data if the Chinese government asks for it.
There is
basically.
it's a law, dude.
Law,
Wait,
yeah.
So there's something called the National Intelligence Law of the People's Republic of China, which basically says that everyone is responsible for state security. Which basically means that if the Chinese government approaches any company in China for access to its personal data and records,
That they've
the company
collected.
can't say no. Right? The company can't say this is personal data of our users. Right?
Wow.
The government has access to everything in the name of state security. Which basically means that all our data, that massive amounts of data, is being generated by, and TikTok is just one app. They've banned 59 apps,
59
right?
apps, yeah.
There's UC browser,
Yeah, there's a bunch.
there's Cam Scanner.
Cam Scanner,
You
yeah.
know,
Imagine Cam Scanner documents, yeah.
all your documents, my passport, my all your documents are scanned.
And one
yeah.
more interesting thing I saw where TikTok has access to your clipboard,
Huh.
even if you don't give it
Yeah.
access. So even when you copy, say, your OTPs or your bank account details, they have access to the clipboard, and all that data is saved, which is scary as hell.
Yeah, dude, because what do you generally post on your clipboard? You put your ATM pin,
Yeah.
you put your account number, bank account number, you put
Yeah.
Google password and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
My notes are like, my clipboard is
Yeah.
super private, man. Dude, you were telling me about that crazy story with Huawei, right?
Yeah, Huawei.
What was that?
So
Huh.
basically, Huawei's CFO was. The US had a warrant for her arrest,
Okay.
and she was in Canada at that time. So the Canadian government had arrested her because they have a treaty with the US. So China got pissed with Canada, and Canada said that we are doing this out of our treaty with the US. We don't have any issues with China per se. So
There's nothing to do with you. It's an
nothing to do.
exhibition
So-
treaty, yeah.
So China basically told Canada, threatened Canada, and said there will be consequences. And what they did was, apparently they had a Canadian man who was traveling in China, and they found some drugs on him. So he was in jail in China for possession or trafficking or something like that. And they brought him back out of jail, did another trial, which lasted, I think, just a day or a week.
Executed him or something.
And sentenced him to death.
What?
basically.
Really?
Gave him the death sentence, yeah. Yeah.
Really?
And yeah, can you
Like
believe
just
that?
for
Yeah.
like revenge.
Yeah, revenge. And in fact, Justin Trudeau said, warned Canadians who are working in China that China may arbitrarily arrest you and you need to watch out. If you can, please return to Canada. Like he made statements
Wow.
like that. Imagine how scary that is.
Wow, man. And are there like how long ago is this?
This was, I'm not exactly sure, but in the recent past, probably 6-7 months ago.
Oh,
I think,
6-7 months.
Yeah.
So how like are there like a lot of Canadians who work in China?
Yeah, I believe so. That's what I've heard. That a lot of, I think China itself has a lot of people from around the world working for them,
Yeah.
including Indians. So that the point here is
Yeah.
now India is in conflict with China,
Oh,
and
shit,
there's
yeah.
so many Indians working there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I personally know a few people who work in Shanghai and Beijing, and it's scary, right? I don't know.
It's scary from many levels, right?
Yeah.
One, it's scary because you're working in China and China might do this to you, right? What it did to that Canadian man,
Yeah.
right? It might find an excuse to kind of,
Arrest you
arrest
already.
you and
Yeah.
put you in jail or worse, right?
Worse.
like it happened to this man.
Yeah.
But I do know that creators are going to be really, really upset, and they are upset.
Creators are definitely.
There are people who built followings of millions and millions of followers with such hard work, and the highest paid TikTokers in the world are making almost like $30,000-40,000 per post,
Wow.
right?
That's
So,
crazy.
and in India, like we were talking about it earlier also, these are people who are taking care of their entire families with money they earn from TikTok.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They have kind of seen an opportunity that was not in their destiny, right? Because of social situations that they were born into. And they worked their way up the ladder
Yeah.
and got to a place where they were not only becoming wealthy, they were also celebrities, which is a big deal.
Yeah.
They were local celebrities. They were people who were influencers in the area, right? They were a positive impact on a lot of people because a lot of studies say that TikTok has reduced crime rates because a lot of these youngsters are now involved in creative pursuits.
Creative, yeah. That's
Right?
what I was just going to ask you. So, even if they don't become stars, it's a good form of release, right?
It's a
Where
great
they-
form of release, man, because um, everybody likes that sense of validation. Everyone likes that sense of creation, that sense of purpose. And technically, this is what education gives you. This is what a job gives you, right?
Yeah.
So if an app is able to have that much positive impact on someone's life,
Yeah.
then I don't know if banning it is the right solution. I'm sure. I mean, it's easy for me to say, but
Yeah.
we're almost at a state of quite the hostilities with this country, right? So I don't know if negotiations are possible, but if we are able to technologically cull the amount of data it takes from us, right, and still allow people who use the platform
Yeah.
to still use the platform and benefit from it, then that would be a solution which has a larger impact. So that's it for episode number 2 of the Mathrubhumi podcast. Sandeep, did you have fun?
Yes. It was a
Are you
lot
sure
of
you had fun?
Yes.
Did you have fun? Did you have fun? Sandeep looks like Sandeep had fun. I hope you guys had fun too. The entire episode is on YouTube, but snippets are on Instagram. Please like, follow, comment, subscribe. You know the drill, guys. You know the drill.
Yes.
Please do it. Please.